Hi, this is Mahaleyah. It is August 1st, and it is time for me to make another entry into my diary. Some of you might be wondering why I changed the name of my channel, and basically it is because there are times when I take a position, and some of the positions that I take in my life, they cause me to feel more like a revolutionary. But my purpose is to be more evolutionary, if that makes any sense to you. I wanted to start off by saying along the way, from the first video up until now, I know that I have offended some people. I have offended some people because I'm saying things that they don't like. I have offended some people because they feel as though there are things that should not be discussed. However, when I look at the state of our community and when I look at the state of the world, I feel as though this is something that I have to do, and everyone is entitled to say what's on their mind. This is my diary, and you have the right to say whatever is on your mind. I don't feel as though what I'm saying is destroying the community that I came from. I feel that some of the things that are taking place in that community are destroying that particular community. But when I look out and I look at other communities in the world, especially a lot of communities that are what you would call more on the fringe of society, or some people actually call them cults, although I believe a lot of the major religions are also cults. I believe that some of these closed communities, they do need to be looked at with a closer eye, because some of the things that are happening are things that need to be talked about. And if you don't agree with me, that is your right, because there are things that I don't agree with. But I do apologize. I apologize, but this is something that I have to do, because I'm doing me and you have to do you. I want to start off by saying that when you have lived in a community, more or less the closed community, I won't say that the community that I was from, that you couldn't come and go, just closed in terms of ideologies and a lot of different, well, like I said, ideologies, closed in that manner, feeling as though, okay, well, this is our way, and this is the best way, and this is the right way. I think that whatever you do in life, you should always have an open mind. This is what one of my greatest lessons. You should always have an open mind, because you might just come to find that your way is not necessarily the best way or the only way. I don't think that there's only one way to find your way back to the Creator, Yah or Allah, or whoever you might look at as your God. So I just wanted to start off by saying that. Now, the topic that I wanted to discuss is something that has really, really bothered me. And like I said, I've been here in this bubble. I'm not living in America, where I'm originally from. And when I came into this community, the females were referred to as princess. You know, that is one of the things that attracted me to the community, was the pride, and you know, the way that we, you know, seem to love each other, and the way that the brothers seem to relate to the sisters. Well, later on I found out that that was really a different story. I won't say that there are positively and absolutely no brothers that adore their wives or the women in their lives, but But by far the whole general attitude about women is something that really needs to be re-examined. Now, since I've looked at some of the other Hebrew groups, I have been shocked and dismayed at how the black man has now been referring to the black woman as his enemy and as someone that he cannot relate to, as someone that is not even fit for marriage. This is very hurtful for me because, you know, I came from a community, as I said, where we were called princesses. And I'm trying to understand and I'm trying to figure out where all of this hatred is coming from. How can you foundate any ideology, any philosophy, or any type of group, anything on hate? Now, and then to hate your own. Now, when blacks came to America, when the blacks came to America from Africa, women and men came, you know, and we didn't have anybody except each other. And I don't understand, I just don't get it when I look at these groups and I look at the Tommy Sotomayers and I look at all of these videos with the brothers talking about the sisters and how they, you know, in such a hateful manner. I don't get it. Where has this come from? And, you know, I just want to ask the question, in the end, you know, we all came over here together, the men and women. What do you think, what is the purpose of all of this? Is this something that you feel is going to help our race as a people, you know, to spew this kind of hatred? Is this something that you feel is a solution to our problems, where we can't sit down together and we can discuss whatever it is that we need to be doing so that we can come together as a people? Or do you feel that this is just the right thing to do? Because a black male has a black, for the most part, most black males, if you're considered black, you know, you have somebody black in your family. You know, if you didn't have a black, maybe you had a white mother and you felt like, okay, so she should be the paragon of all femininity and womanhood, or whatever, however you want to call it. But most of the black males that are out here spewing this kind of hatred, they have black mothers. So I don't understand how you can put down your mother, your aunt, your sister, your best friend, the people that are closely or the closest related to you. I don't get that. For me, it indicates a certain kind of self-hatred, you know, and I really want to understand this. And I'm saying this because I came from a community where I have to give what we call in Hebrew, kol hakavod, all due respect to the sisterhood. Because the sisterhood that I came from, there were a lot of bad things that happened. Yes, and I feel as though the sisters there still need to be accountable for many things that some of them are not being accountable for. But all in all, I'm proud to say that I was a part of the divine Jerusalem sisterhood. Why? I say that because these sisters were so divine. And I will use that word to describe them, because these were sisters that gave up the worldly ideas of and the worldly standards of their roles. These women were humble. These women were beautiful. They came in their prime and they gave birth naturally. They served their men on platters. They did the men's hair. They washed their feet. They had other sister wives, and they tried as hard as they possibly could. It's like Ben-Ami likes to say, it's humanly possible to be a divine woman in the eyes of their men. And even there in that community, they are still suffering from men that are taking on more wives and are not giving them the proper attention and the proper financial backup. They're still not giving them what they need. Now, if you want to be a sister and you want to be, and you want a sister wife and you feel there's nothing wrong with that, you do you, I do me. There's nothing wrong with that. If you feel as though that is what you want, that's what you desire. But my point is, take care of your family first. Now, I don't get it. When you have these tough black women like Michelle Obama, who's now in the White House, that the world loves. The world loves Michelle. Did the brothers miss that? Did Tommy Sotomayor's miss that? This is a black woman. And we could go on and on and on and talk about the millions of wonderful black women, black mothers that have put up with and stood by and love their black men. Everybody knows that the black woman is the most loyal to her black man. You know, black women are not necessarily out here looking for a white man or somebody outside of her race because that's just what she desires. Some of them are doing it because they're not getting the kind of attention and kind of response from the black man that they'd like to get. The numbers are just not adding up. Our black men are incarcerated. Our black men are gay. Our black men are with other women outside of our races. Where is all the hatred coming from? Please explain it to me. I want to know. Because I came from the last 30 years, I came from what I feel was some of the toughest sisters on the planet. Intelligent, smart, and we tried. You know, many of them are gone now. There's really almost like a skeleton crew that is left there in the community. But we gave it our all. And I give the sisters kol hakavod for that. All due respect for that. I love my sisters because I know what it was like to be in a room when you needed your man and wanted your man and he was someplace else. I know what it was like when you didn't have enough food for your children and you had to figure out how to scrape together a lunch for your man and your children. You know, and if you didn't eat, okay, you just didn't eat. I know how hard it was. And to see this kind of hatred that's being spewed on the internet, I just don't get it. So I'm confused and I'm a little hurt because that's the kind of person I am. So I want you to tell me what is going on. Where is this all coming from? Because if you don't respect your mother, if you don't respect your daughter, if you don't respect your sister, who do you think is going to respect you? This is something, it's a phenomenon that you just don't see outside of our race. You don't see white men, and if I'm wrong, please correct me because I'd love to be wrong. But from what I have seen out there on the internet, I don't see white men getting on the internet talking about white women in this way. So send me a video response if that's what's going on, if there is a greater phenomenon that I'm not aware of. But in the meantime, I just want to say to my brothers like Tommy Sotomayor and all the other brothers that are out there ranting and spewing all this hatred about black women, we were there in the beginning and we'll be there for you in the end. Whether you're showing your behind by talking about us and spewing all of this hatred, it's not going to come of anything good for you. You're not going to get the kind of support that you need in the end. Why? Because it's coming from hate. It's not coming from love. And you can't even begin to talk about God when you're talking about your own mother, your own family. You don't have a clue. When you can't love a woman, your own woman, for who she really is, then that shows a form of self-hatred. It shows a form of sickness. And I'm praying for my brothers because I love my brothers. And I would love to see this end. This is going out to those brothers that feel as though there are no good black women. There are. Maybe you're looking in the wrong places. I don't deny that there are what some people are referring to as chicken heads. I don't deny that. You have those women in every race, not just the black race. You have women with low self-esteem in every race around the world. So don't make a blanket statement and talk about black women as though we were nothing, because it's wrong and you know better. This is Mahaleyah signing off, but peace and love to all of you.